Okay, so we all know how the National League West will turn out. It's going to likely be between the Dodgers and the Padres. Obviously, we can be shocked and have another 2021 Giants situation, but it's likely going to be between those two teams, LA and San Diego. So, between them, who will likely win the division? Despite having their season ended by the hands of the Padres in the NLDS last year, I still feel that the Dodgers have the stronger team with more depth. They just won 111 games and have won at least 106 games in each of the last 3 full seasons, and in the 2020 shortened season, they won the World Series. What Andrew Friedman and his Dodger front office has built over the last decade is truly remarkable, and something every team in front office should aspire to emulate. They are an absolute powerhouse and are expected to win their division in 2023, which would be for the 10th time in the last 11 years. So this entire time I was just kind of thinking about that, and how the Dodgers should win the NL West yet again in 2023, and then it hit me. This might be the Padres' year to take home the division crown. Over 60% of my watch time is from non-subscribers, so make sure to hit that button along with the bell for notifications. In 2022, the Padres won 89 games, clinched a wildcard spot, went on to take down two teams with over 100 wins in the Mets in the wildcard round, and then the rival Dodgers in the NLDS. They'd end up having their season end by the Phillies, but the 2022 San Diego Padres accomplished a whole lot, and did so without Fernando Tatis Jr. So the Padres had their season end, the ownership and front office went to work, and the offseason was wild. It actually wasn't necessarily an easy or a fun offseason for San Diego. In fact, it wasn't easy at all. Trey Turner decided to take less money from the Phillies rather than more from the Padres, and then they missed out on Aaron Judge. Now, the Aaron Judge situation was really weird. It was expected to be between the Yankees and Giants, but we then heard, after he re-signed with New York, that the Padres were in on Judge at the very end and actually offered him the most money out of anybody. They offered him $400 million, but the catch was that it would be over 14 years, so the annual salary would go down rather than the $40 million a year he'll be getting from the Yankees over 9 years. Not that Judge was ever going to be a Padre, realistically, as his heart just seemed to be in New York, but I'm sure it was still frustrating to miss out on two huge free agents. No big deal, because there was still another big shortstop on the market after Turner, Xander Bogaerts. After a day full of rumors that Xander was heading back to Boston and agreeing to a deal with them, a bomb was dropped late at night that Xander had agreed to a contract with the Padres in a deal that was just too good for him to refuse in $280 million over 11 years. A little bit of an overpay? Maybe. Is 11 years a whole lot to commit to a shortstop? Yeah, it certainly is, but at the end of the day, the Padres wanted a guy and they got their guy. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really think much of it, of how truly dominant this Padres team is built right now. Until today. It really hit me today. Padres Fan Fest was this weekend, an event where the players sign autographs with other activities going on at the ballpark, and I think it's safe to say that Padres fans are excited. 150,000 fans were expected for the event, with it getting to the point where the stadium was at capacity and security could only let a few people in at a time. Shout out Padres fans, this is awesome to see. Petco Park seems really awesome too. Never been, but definitely will one day. But yeah, the hype is incredible, and I'm hoping to see some of you Padres fans rep iTalk merch at the ballpark this year when I release it. That would be so cool. So the Padres Fan Fest reminded me of something. The Padres are loaded in so many different ways and have a lot of good pitching, but I'm going to focus on 4 position players. The 2023 San Diego Padres lineup will feature Fernando Tatis Jr. and Xander Bogaerts, 2 guys who were not there last year. You then have Manny Machado and oh yeah, Juan Soto. The Juan Soto hype really quieted down in the second half of 2022 after he was traded to the Padres, with the reason being he just simply wasn't the same hitter he was in the nation's capital. In 52 games last year with the Padres, Soto hit just .236 with a .778 OPS, and the numbers weren't necessarily much better in the postseason. For someone of his caliber, that isn't so good. He kind of fell off at the end, and that's why nobody has really mentioned him as a big name since. With that said, I don't care about any of that. Some may just have bad memory, but I don't, at least not when it comes to this sort of stuff. Juan Soto is a 2-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger winner, won a batting title, has a career .950 OPS, a career .424 on base percentage, and helped carry the Nationals to a World Series title in 2019. He has accomplished all of that, and yet is still not even 25 years old. Maybe I'm hyping it up too much and setting him up for failure and disappointment. but I genuinely think Juan Soto will go down as one of the best baseball players of all time when he retires. He's that good, and I believe and expect him to get back to his elite form in 2023 in San Diego. Manny Machado is a guy who is expected to opt out after this upcoming season, meaning this is the potential to be his last in a Padre uniform. Maybe he'll work something out before he opts out or afterward, but all that matters right now is that he'll be roaming the hot corner for 2023 with the Padres and right in the middle of that lineup, which of course is great news. Manny had a lot on his plate last year. With Tatis not playing a single game, he really carried that offense and is a big part as to why they got as far as they did. Without Manny Machado, the Padres don't get all the way to the NLCS. It just doesn't happen. He's an incredible hitter, an elite defender, and has really grown as a leader with the Padres compared to the young and immature guy he used to be in Baltimore with the Orioles. What more do you want from your third baseman? Xander Bogaerts. Man, it absolutely pains me to see him leave the Red Sox. I don't blame him, as I blame the team for botching the negotiations and the opportunities they had for keeping him in Boston. But it's over now. Xander is a Padre, and that is that. But I will say, if there's any team I'd rather have Bogaerts be on instead of the Red Sox, it's the damn Padres. The Padres are fun. They have an incredible team, obviously, a great culture. San Diego is a nice city and is known to have the best weather in the world. Petco Park is an awesome atmosphere during games. I mean, Xander is going to have fun. I'm happy for him. He earned every cent he got out of that deal and deserves all the success that will be coming his way with the Padres. I would assume he's going to play shortstop next to Manny at third, Soto in the outfield, and that leaves us to the fourth guy. Last but very not least, Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, yes, I know mentioning that guy's name is going to have some controversy. Just saying it is going to cause some anger. Yes, what Tatis did last year was dumb. To start, he couldn't play because he got in multiple motorcycle accidents in the Dominican Republic, and just when he was about to come back to join the team in the stretch run at the end of 2022, he was popped for PEDs. Now, either scenario with the PEDs is stupid. If Tatis knowingly took a substance he wasn't allowed to take, that's dumb, obviously. First off, it's cheating. Second off, you know it's not allowed. Why risk getting caught, being suspended, and hurting not just your career, but your team? If Tatis unknowingly took a substance he wasn't allowed to take, that's dumb too. You should always be going through the team doctors who know what is and isn't allowed by the league when going to get medicine for something. It's just careless and not smart to do, and he would tell you the exact same thing. Whether it was purposeful or a mistake, either way, it's over with. Tatis was suspended. That suspension will be over on April 20th, and we can all move past it. And it should be great. Fernando Tatis Jr. is incredible for baseball. Since joining the league in 2019 and bursting onto the scene in 2020 by becoming a star, Tatis has grown the game. People love him. Kids love him. And it's really good for not just the Padres to get him back playing, but for baseball. Baseball needs Fernando Tatis Jr., and I cannot wait to see him back on the field. As for where he'll play, I guess we'll see. Probably somewhere in the outfield, maybe some shortstop, time will tell. But this is going to be fun, and it's truly insane when you really think about it and let it sink in. And the fans are clearly ready, as you saw earlier in the video. You of course cannot doubt the Dodgers, and I can totally still see them winning the division again, and I think they're the favorites. But Padres baseball has never been hotter, and I think 2023 could be the year we see some change in the division standings. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.